Welcome to Vitrium Security's how-to video series. In this video, we're going to look at the corporate license module. The corporate license module enables you to allow selected users to manage content access for their organization. It's available for accounts that leverage user groups. Permissions only need to be set once, but can be changed. It allows autonomy for some of your end users, and it eases the administrative burden for your staff users. When you want to enable the corporate license module, you'll need to go to the settings section of your admin and make sure that Enable Corporate License Module is checked. SMTP settings are required for this feature to operate, so you need to make sure those are set up before you can move forward. Once you've selected the corporate license module here and clicked Save Settings, you'll be ready to create the user group that we'll use. Next, you'll want to go to the Groups tab here. Once you're in the Group tabs, you'll want to click Add Group to create a new group. As always, make sure you use a descriptive name. At the bottom here, you'll be able to see license usage appears because we have selected the corporate license module in our settings. By default, it is set to unlimited, but you will be able to determine how many licenses you would like to assign to this particular organization. For example, if a company purchases 20 licenses, you can use 20 here. You can also set the subscription start and end date if that's applicable. The next thing we'll need to do is add users to our group and select a license manager. We'll go over to the Users tab here, where we're going to see a list of all the users that have already been created for the account. We can select users manually by selecting this checkbox next to their names, or we can search for one specifically in the search box in the top right corner. If we look for demo@vitrium.com, we'll be able to add them to our group, ensuring that their name appears on this right-hand column here, and click on the three-dot menu. We're going to choose Manage License to make this user a license manager. We can now see that a crown icon next to their name indicates this status, and this user, demo@vitrium.com, is going to have access to the Manage License area in the user portal. Once you're happy with your group membership and your license managers, you can click Save and Exit. The next thing we'll need to do is assign permissions for content that we want this group to have access to. On the Content tab, you'll need to determine which folders you would like this group to have access to. For the purposes of this demonstration, we'll choose Digital Publishing. It's important to keep in mind that when assigning permissions at the folder level, any subfolders will automatically inherit those same permissions as well. So if you wanted to limit access to podcasts, for example, you would need to set it at the podcast level rather than the digital publishing. Clicking this down arrow here will allow us to choose the Set Permissions option, and we can see here that we've got a list of permissions already set up. In order to include the group that we newly created, we'll click this Add New button here and search for the group here. We can see that we have our corporate license test available, and we can choose the DRM policy that we would like to have applied to the group. For this example, we'll just do Test Policy here. Click Save and Exit, review your settings, and then click Add Permissions. We can see now that our corporate license test has a test policy DRM policy assigned, and we can click Save and Exit. This setup allows any users that are added to the group to automatically inherit those permissions, as well as have them revoked if anybody is removed from the group. Next, we'll want to take a look at what this looks like from the corporate license manager's perspective. Here we can see the user portal, and I'm logged in as demo@vitrium.com, who we assigned as our corporate license manager. By clicking on the profile icon in the top right corner here, we can see there is a Manage License option. On this screen, we can see that the license manager has a total of 19 available licenses to assign to other members of their organization. Members will be listed below here by their email address. We only have demo@vitrium.com as a member currently, and their status is listed as active. When ready to add a new user, the license manager will simply need to click the Add Users button here. They can enter email addresses separated by a comma or a line break, or if they prefer to do bulk upload via CSV, they can download a sample here and upload that once it has been completed. For this example, we're going to add corplicensedemo@gmail.com and invite the user. Now we can see that corplicensedemo@gmail.com has been added as a group member, but the status is pending, noting that it's processing. This means that the invite has been sent, but the end user has not yet confirmed the invitation or set up their account. Let's hop over to the inbox of that user and see what that email looks like. The email includes information such as who it was that invited them to this group and includes a link to set their password. When that link is clicked, it's going to prompt us to set our new password on the web portal's login screen. I'm going to enter the password here and click the Change Password. We can see now that the password has successfully been created, and we can continue to our login page. Here we can see Corp License Demo. I'm going to enter the password that we created and click Login. We can now see that we have access to the 3 folders that we assigned permissions for. I'll be able to access the content according to the DRM policy that was assigned to the group. If we go back to the Corporate License Manager's dashboard, we can also see that we have a trash icon here next to the names. If they wish to remove a member of the group, all they need to do is click the trash icon there and confirm the deletion. We can now see that we are left only with the one member, demo@vitrium.com, who is the license manager and cannot be removed until another license manager has been selected. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos and our knowledge base online.